Welcome back, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Cassandra and I work as a marketing consultant and a multicultural creator. I also make videos on this channel about productivity, self-love, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. This is the third video of a 4-part series called the Marketing Reset Challenge, hosted by my business, the Quirky Pineapple Studio, a creative marketing and media agency. The purpose of this challenge is to help small business owners, thought leaders, and creators to prioritize and systematize their marketing plans so that they are way less in the busy work and actually showing up intentionally to market their business. In the last video, we talked about reviewing the last 9 months of your marketing strategy and then also setting up 6-month marketing goals. In this video, we'll be talking about how to set up a simple productivity system for your marketing so that you don't get lost in all of the marketing to-dos and your marketing is streamlined and efficient. If you've been following along with the Marketing Reset Challenge here on YouTube and you want even more actionable advice, then make sure to subscribe to the Marketing Reset Challenge. I have linked it in the video description box where you'll get weekly emails sent to your inbox with action plans and a little bit more information. All right, let's dive into one of my favorite topics, setting up a productivity system. I feel like productivity always gets a bad rap because what I have seen is that most folks think about productivity as trying to get as much done as possible in a short period of time. Under a capitalist society and really like a capitalist economic system, especially the capitalist economic system that we are currently in, which is like hyper-capitalism. Y'all didn't expect me to get into like a sociology class in this video, did you? But anyways, let me continue. So under a capitalist economy and a hyper-capitalist society like the one that we are currently living in, productivity is often related to a person's output. So that means how much a person can produce to help a company make more money. Now, if you are not productive in terms of the company's standards, then inherently you are not valuable because you are not actually producing value for the company, basically helping the company to make money. Now, with all of that taken into consideration, I can totally understand why productivity gets a bad rap, and also the thought of productivity just makes us feel tired. Now, in terms of how we view it at the Quirky Pineapple Studio and how we apply it to marketing, we actually think about productivity in a totally different way. How my business, the Quirky Pineapple Studio, looks at productivity and really applies it to marketing is through a 3-part lens.
Cultural competence, understanding people's cultures and values and using language that bridges those cultures. Intersectional feminism, marketing in an inclusive and accessible way. We take into account each person's identity, culture, background, history, and experiences to build an inclusive and accessible marketing plan. And finally, liberatory and anti-capitalist. Our goal isn't to exploit ourselves or others. We strive not to recreate systems of oppression through our marketing strategies and make sure that what we're creating is sustainable for everyone involved.
By looking at productivity and marketing through these 3 lenses, it actually helps us to create marketing materials and to actually do marketing in a way that is supportive, sustainable, and dare I say, even fun. Our goal is always to help other businesses, brands, and creators to connect with their clients. And that is really through a more relational marketing tactic. It is leveraging your brand story or your personal story or your business story to connect on a deeper level with your clients. So now that I've explained how we approach productivity and our perspective with it, let's take all of that and put it into a simple productivity system. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. The first thing that we always do at the Quirky Pineapple Studio is to have a plan and to set aside time for planning. I feel like sometimes when we are running our own businesses or we are caught in the day-to-day of things, finding time and actually really prioritizing time to plan gets lost in all of the sauce. So making that time to plan, like blocking a time. Like planning a time to plan, if that makes sense. Blocking that time to plan is what we always do first, because that gives us the time and the space to reflect on things and to just get ahead of all of the stuff that could be going on with marketing. Because we prioritize planning so much at the Quirky Pineapple Studio, this usually means that a lot of our marketing campaigns or our sales launches or even like our holiday specials are planned out 1 to 2 months in advance. For example, this marketing reset challenge that you are watching was planned about 2 months in advance, and then gave me 1 month to actually work through all of the content and prepare it ahead of time so I don't feel rushed or like I am playing catch up. So why do we do this?
Marketing definitely doesn't happen in a vacuum, and campaigns and launches require quite a bit of energy. Life happens, and we want time for life, so we like to be mindful of what's going on in the team's life and our own while we plan. We want to give ourselves enough time and space for creativity without feeling rushed. I mean, y'all, creativity takes time.
Like I mentioned, we like to keep our timelines for our campaigns, launches, and events quite flexible. So we try to plan our fiscal year by 3 to 6 month time chunks. That gives us enough time to plan things out, but then also scrap stuff or change things as we see how time is progressing. So your task is
to think about if you have time blocked in your calendar for planning and visioning for your marketing and business. To look at your marketing and business at least 3 to 6 months ahead of time to take into account potential marketing events, launches, or even life happenings. And to make sure that you are aware of specific trends within your industry or even within your life. For example, in the fall, you can always get a spike in leads and inquiries. Or for example, in my personal life, my summers are much more spacious and relaxed because I want to enjoy my summer breaks and not work or plan anything big.
Take some time to think about what you've got going on in the next 3 to 6 months, or even what you'd like to happen within the next 3 to 6 months in your marketing or even in your business. That can give you some space to imagine any fun marketing launches, events, or campaigns that you'd like to add to your marketing plan. We'll talk about actually setting up a marketing plan later on in this video, but right now in this section of this video, we're just dreaming up and imagining some big picture plans for our marketing and our business within the next 3 to 6 months. Now, once you've got your big picture plan for your marketing for the next 3 to 6 months, now it's time to actually pull out your calendar and check to see if your plan is feasible with whatever you've got going on in your actual life. Here are a few things we take into consideration at the Quirky Pineapple Studio for ourselves and for our clients when we've got the big picture plan.
Big travel dates. Since the Quirky Pineapple Studio is a location-independent marketing and media agency and our entire team is remote, we want to take into account any big travel plans. Next is holidays and planned time off. Blocking off and planning around holidays and planned time off is super important. For example, in Spain, we have Semana Santa, which is Holy Week, aka spring break. Since my partner works a full-time office job, I want to plan around that so we can actually take time off and take holidays. And finally, slump dates or big dates for our ideal clients. The majority of our clients at the Quirky Pineapple Studio are based in the United States of America. One of the big dates we need to take into consideration when planning marketing is Thanksgiving weekend. Now that I live in Spain, I don't celebrate that date anymore, but I do know that majority of our clients and community do. So planning any big launches or events around then isn't a good idea. We'll take that into consideration when plugging in dates.
Those are just a few specific examples for me and the Quirky Pineapple Studio based off of how we want to run the Quirky Pineapple Studio, how I want to live my life, and also our company culture. If your business dynamic is different, which by the way, it probably will be, the dates that you are blocking off on your calendar are probably going to look differently than mine. For example, back to school with the kids. I don't have kids, so I don't really take that into consideration. I don't take into consideration the time to prep for the kids to get back to school and also to take the kids to school because I just don't have them. But if you have kids, then this is probably something that you do want to block in your calendar because it just takes up more of your time and your energy and your capacity. So doing anything marketing related during that time could just be a lot for you. If you are unsure of any of the dates for your calendar and anything that you've got planned in your life, then you don't have to necessarily block them in your calendar, but I do recommend probably marking those dates in your actual marketing plan. Then, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, in the time that you've already blocked for your planning, to just review any of those dates that you have written in your marketing plan to see if they are still valid or you can totally just get rid of them. A little fun note for you all, as somebody who has been working in marketing for the past few years and has helped clients, I just want to say that your marketing plan and your marketing strategy is not set in stone. So just because we are planning now doesn't mean that you have to stick to the plan and follow it to a T later on. You can always change, edit, and tweak anything in your marketing plan based off of what works best for you and what works best for your business at that moment. Now that you have your big picture marketing plan and blocked off dates in your calendar, or at least kind of like moved them, tweaked them, edited them to better fit your schedule, now it's time to actually figure out what the marketing plan is. And that means figuring out what the action steps are to make sure that you can actually bring all of your marketing plans and goals to life. This doesn't need to be complicated. It's really just thinking about what are the deadlines and the actual tasks you need to do to make your marketing launches, campaigns, sales goals a reality. And usually in this portion, when we work with our clients one-to-one, this is when we like to break down goals backwards and then try and reverse them, if that makes sense. Let me explain. For example, let's take the Marketing Reset Challenge and work backwards from it. So for this Marketing Reset Challenge, we knew that we wanted to have it run through the entire month of September. And I knew that I wanted to have key pieces of content and marketing materials for this challenge. So we broke it down from, okay, what are the pieces that we need? We knew that we needed to make YouTube videos, the videos that you are currently watching. We also knew that we wanted to send out weekly email newsletters to accompany these videos with additional tips. And then we had a couple other things that we wanted to share on social media just to get people excited about the challenge. So now that we knew that we wanted to do all of that stuff, we took it and then we started working backwards.
What we needed to make first. How many pieces of content did we need to make this challenge a reality? For example, X amount of emails, 4 YouTube videos, etc. And super important is when we actually wanted to start marketing this event so that people could register for it before it goes live.
From there, we divided the tasks up to specific team members, specific deadlines, and dates that we wanted to have things completed by, taking into account when things needed to be created, when things needed to be reviewed, and also when things needed to be scheduled, because those all need to be accounted for. And then we also even figured out specific goals and metrics to help us see if we were on track. For example, one of my arbitrary goals was to increase my YouTube subscribers by 50 new people. Then from all of that information, we take it all and plug it into our project management system so that everybody is on the same page. Everybody knows when things are done, who's responsible for what, and what the actual deadlines are. So if you are unsure where to start with your marketing plans, or if you have a specific marketing activity that you want to do within the next 3 or 6 months, then my recommendation is to work backwards from when the marketing event will actually go live, and also figure out what you need to get done beforehand. To be honest, this part of the challenge might take a little bit more time because you are turning your marketing goals into a plan and then breaking down that plan into actionable steps and deadlines and then plugging it into your calendar to prioritize it. So if this is taking a little bit more time than the other two challenges part of this entire marketing reset challenge, then it is totally normal. This happens to me too. It takes a lot of time to kind of like look at your calendar, see what you actually want to be doing, what plans you have, plugging it in, and then kind of mixing and matching to see where your capacity lies, where your energy lies, and really shifting it so that your marketing fits into your lifestyle and not kind of turning your lifestyle into marketing material, because we don't want to capitalize on ourselves, y'all. If you'd like more accountability and support to turn your marketing plan into actionable steps and then get the support and accountability to stay accountable and implement all of that stuff, then the Quirky Pineapple Studio and I would love to invite you to join our marketing support group called Surge. It is a 3 to 6 month marketing membership, and we start in October 2024. You can get all of the information about investment, what's included, the calls, all of that stuff in the video description box. I have linked it there for anybody who is interested. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram at the Quirky Pineapple Studio or comment it below, and I will of course reply to your comments. If there is only one action item that you take from this video, I really want it to be to look at your calendar and to block off dates that you already know will be personal dates for you, travel dates, holidays, vacations, your birthday, whatever it is, block it off now so that you know those dates are completely off limits when you are planning your marketing events, launches, or campaigns. Remember, I don't want marketing to take over your life, and I would rather you all block off those dates so that you give yourself some boundaries to make sure that business doesn't take over your lifestyle, and rather your lifestyle is supported by your business. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for part 3 of this 4-part video series, Marketing Reset Challenge. If you haven't watched the other videos, they have all been linked below. If you want to join the free Marketing Reset Challenge, I've also linked that below so that you can get weekly emails sent to your inbox. And if you want more support and accountability, I've also linked below the Surge Marketing Support Group, which is a 3 or 6 month membership for marketing support to review, plan, and implement your marketing strategies. In the next video, it will be our last video part of the Marketing Reset Challenge. Wow, can't believe it. And we will be talking about how to track all of your tasks, celebrate your wins, and make sure that you also stay accountable to your marketing plans. All right, y'all, I will see you in the next one. And until then, stay fierce, fam. Ciao.